Jay, and you are tuning in to a new episode of Sharnecia Speaks. Today's episode is titled He Watches My Live but Won't Support. He watches my live and won't support. So I got the title from an email that I received from one of you viewers out there. You said, "Hello, Sharnecia. There's this guy." She gave me her name, but she also at the bottom of the email told me not to use her real name. So I'm just gonna omit that part and say, "Hello, Sharnecia. There's this guy I've been dealing with on and off for almost a year. He never misses my lives, like literally never. He comments, supports me, reposts my content sometimes, and even texts me after my streams talking about things I said. But when it comes to actual commitment, nothing. Every time I bring up relationships or exclusivity, he suddenly gets confused or says he's not ready. At this point, I feel emotionally attached because he's so present in my everyday online life, but I'm starting to wonder if he just enjoys access to me without responsibility. Do men watch women online and emotionally attach themselves without wanting anything real, or am I overthinking this? Also, please don't use my real name." Okay, so the first thing that I noticed is that every time, I noticed that you said that every time you bring up exclusivity or relationship conversations, he's saying that he's confused and that he's not ready. Okay, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Do not give them a second opportunity to show them that they are not ready. Do not give them a second opportunity to pretend confused, because if you force them into a relationship or try to, they're going to sometimes, some people can like give in out of pity or just because you keep pressing them. But do not do this, because it could be for your downfall, or it could just be for both of you guys to end up in an unhappy situation. Um, you've been dealing with him on and off for a year. The fact that it's on and off says a lot. That's a red flag in itself for a whole year. I have heard things about men knowing within the first 6 months what he wants with you. I believe that men know immediately what they want from you, especially if you guys hang out or are around each other in person on a regular basis. He never misses my lives. If he never misses your lives, this could just simply mean he's just a supporter of yours, and he just simply likes to watch you on live. Because later in the email you told me, "At this point I feel emotionally attached because he's so present in my everyday online life, but I'm starting to wonder if he just enjoys access to me without responsibility." I honestly just believe he just loves watching you on live. So I don't think you need to dig any deeper into that. And if you've been dealing with him on and off, in what way? In a romantic way, or in a cordial way, in a peer to peer way? Like, what type of way? Has it been a romantic relationship or situation? You didn't give me enough information about that. Your question also was, do men watch women online and emotionally attach themselves without wanting anything real? I believe he could just be a viewer, just like anyone else. I don't believe that you should be reading into this super deeply. If you want something with him, I think you should let that be known. Or if you're interested in him in a romantic way, I think you should let that be known. But I don't think that you should read too deeply into this. It seems like you're the one that's wanting more out of this situation than he is. And yes, I do think you're overthinking this. But like I said, everyone is entitled to be able to be honest about what they want out of different situations. If you're interested in him in a romantic way, you can let that be known. But honestly, I wouldn't force anything, especially if he says that he's confused. He's probably not even looking at you in the same way that you're looking at him. And he's probably just genuinely is just a genuine viewer and supporter. I don't think that you should press the issue any more than you need to. Hello to all the new people coming in. I'm Sharnecia Jaii. This is Sharnecia Speaks, where I answer you guys' emails. If you ever have an email and you guys want to send something in, have a question, you want advice on content creation, being a content creator, email me at sharneciaspeaks@gmail.com, and you can stay anonymous. Let me know in the email that you send me whether you want to stay anonymous or if you want to be called a certain thing or want your handle to be known to promote your social media. That is fine with me as well. So we're going to move on to the next email. To the last young lady, I hope that you figure that situation out. I hope that you're able to look at it with a different set of eyes now that I just gave you a little bit more insight. I honestly just think that he's just an honest viewer. I don't think that he's looking to be anything else. That's probably why he's saying he's confused when you start to bring up relationship type questions and things of that nature. So I really think you're reading deeper into it than it needs to be. So let's move on to this next email I got from another viewer. This person said that they want to stay anonymous. They said, "Hi, Sharnecia. Anonymous, please." That's the first thing they said in this email. So let's go ahead and dive into this one. This one says, "I'm 24 years old and I genuinely want to pursue content creation, beauty, and social media full time eventually. The problem is my family thinks it's embarrassing." Oh, I I'm confused. Like, I don't know why they would think it would be embarrassing. Maybe it's because they're not used to such things. Maybe they've never done any content creation, but they have to realize the state of the world and also the era that we're in. This is a social media era that everyone is in, you guys. Like, regular people are starting to want to be content creators. Um there was a time where there were, like me on TikTok, there were lots of people who were just viewers and just gifters just because that's what they enjoyed. They loved the entertainment of watching TikTok battles and they enjoyed having a big heart and gifting people online. But now it seems that things are opening up, especially ever since TikTok has lowered the amount of followers that you needed to become a TikTok live host. Now it seems that everyone and their mother is coming out of the woodworks, going live, becoming a part of the creator rewards program, all the things, you guys. So I feel like we're in an era of everyone wanting to do content creation. If you have older parents or older family members who do not come from the same era of technology, that they may not understand it. So I understand why your family is probably in a state of confusion, but embarrassing, I think that's a reach. And I think that they should I think that maybe you could expose it to them a little bit more, expose them to social media a little bit more so they don't think that you pursuing social media full time is an embarrassing thing. Every time I post consistently or go live, somebody in my family has something slick to say. They act like I'm wasting my life because I'm not following the traditional path they wanted for me. Okay, so one thing about this is your vision and your dreams are not your family's dreams or visions. God only gave that to you. That's why they don't understand it. They're not going to understand it. They weren't built to understand it because they are not you. There's only one you, and I think that you should pursue the things that God has placed in your heart, no matter the dream, as long as it's not hurting anyone else. I don't see the issue. The hardest part is they don't see the work behind it. They think I'm just playing on my phone, but they don't see editing, networking, planning content, building community, or trying to grow something from nothing. And as I said, there are a lot of people in different generations who are going to have that thought process because they don't know this type of lifestyle that we are embarking on, you guys. This is a kind of new thing. The thing about it though is there has always been marketing, there has always been communications. I'm sure they could understand people who went and got communications degrees who ended up being um news anchors, as well as people who have their own talk shows. You might need to bring them back to reality and remind them of those careers, and also show them how it parallels with wanting to be a content creator, because there are brand deals and sponsorships and all of those things that can be related to how you are going to obtain an income, especially a sturdy, full-time, stable income. I'm not going to say that it's extremely stable, because things can go up and down and fluctuate for content creators or full-time content creators and influencers. But what I will say is you definitely could make a substantial income by doing these things, just as other people's with communications degrees do as well. Sometimes I feel stupid for believing in myself when nobody around me seems to. I've already touched on this. God gave you that dream. So that is why you're the only one who understands it. You are the only one who has that vision. So I would just take it, pray about it, do all that you can with it, learn as much as you can, become obsessed with it to the point where you are growing in the field as well, and never stop just due to other people's opinions or thoughts. How do you continue chasing your dreams when the people closest to you don't take them seriously? You just have to have tunnel vision and keep chasing those dreams regardless of what people are saying around you, and regardless of the outcomes whenever it comes to numbers. If you have a vision, most likely you're not going to just only be looking for results. You're looking toward living the dream that was implanted inside of you since the beginning. Always remember your why. Why did you start wanting to be a content creator or an influencer to begin with? Did you want to build your own personal brand? Did you want to be a household name? What was the reason that you started to begin with? And that is the thing that's going to keep you focused on chasing your dreams, even when people have bad opposing things to say about your journey. And you just have to have tunnel vision, tune people out, and lock in with all of your goals. And that's going to be your best bet as far as becoming a full-time content creator. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to all of you who support me on the daily. Every time you see me live on the app, thank you so much for all your support. I love you guys to the moon and back. I'm Sharnecia Jaii, and if you want to send in an email about your particular situation, whether it has to do with content creation, growing your platforms, all of the things related to content creation, relationships like family, romantic relationships, people supporting you or not supporting you as it pertains to your content creation journey, I suggest that you guys email me. I am not a licensed therapist or counselor, but I'm always here to give some casual big sister advice. So email me at SharneciaSpeaks@gmail.com, and I will cover your topic on TikTok live, on YouTube live. And this could always, yeah, like help someone. You could definitely be helping someone. So that is the reason I share these emails on live instead of just simply responding to them via email. You can always let me know if you want to stay anonymous, and I will make sure you stay anonymous. Thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you guys on the flip side over on TikTok. Peace to the Middle East, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe and hype up this video, you guys. Thanks. Bye.